Let's talk about Patrick Mahomes' clever Coors Light commercial in which he utilized an interesting loophole to make the commercial even happen. Safety Justin Reid appearing on Good Morning Football yesterday, a former running back who still seems to be upset that he's not with the Chiefs, and much freaking more. But first, how about those? What's up, guys? My name is Cole, aka the Ginger, ninja-bearded son of a chieflet, or sometimes known as the Big Redbeard Baggins, and I do daily news about the Chiefs and the NFL overall, so make sure to sub if you want Chiefs content in your veins every single day. Hit that like button if you love the Chiefs, simply if you love the Chiefs, and let's get into this video, starting with the fact that a couple of Chiefs receivers were out here hosting camps for the youth. First up is receiver Powell, who very recently hosted a football camp in Greenville, North Carolina, in which over 100 campers came out, competed, had fun, and hopefully learned some valuable little football lessons. And then receiver JuJu Smith-Schuster is also hosting a camp. It's going to be July 16th and 17th for ages 9 through 13. But the kicker is this: it's not a football camp, it's a gaming camp. So if you want your kids to sit around inside for 2 days straight and veg out on a television screen playing video games, then this is the camp for your children. All jokes aside, I love video games, but I was not expecting this kind of a camp when JuJu made this announcement on his socials.
JuJu in the pool? In the pool, bro.
Okay, Mahomes made some waves on social media yesterday as he was in a Coors Light ad that was very creatively done because apparently active NFL players aren't technically allowed to promote alcoholic beverages, which is a very odd thing to me because during football games, there's literally a beer commercial every single ad break. But I digress. This ad that Mahomes was in utilized a creative little loophole that I assume will soon get closed up in the future. Don't you worry. But Mahomes literally promoted a Coors Light, like a flashlight, a literal flashlight sponsored by Coors Light that you can buy for $15 on their website. And it looks like all proceeds go to Mahomes' foundation, 15, and the Mahomies. Link to the full commercial is in the description, and you can buy a flashlight on their website, but it's sold out, so good luck with that.
It's a flashlight.
That's right.
All right, we're going to park the car here on Mahomes for a moment because I recently found an interesting stat that I think is worth all of your time and your attention here, and that stat is this: Patrick Mahomes has a higher passer rating than Tua Tagovailoa. Oh, wait, sorry. That's not actually a surprise one bit, but let's try that again. Patrick Mahomes has a higher left-handed passer rating than Tua Tagovailoa. How do you like them apples? Mahomes' left-hand passer rating is 91.7. Meanwhile, Tua's is a measly 88.8. So again, there's levels to this game, and Mahomes proves it once again by being better than Tua with either hand.
He puts it in his left hand.
Okay, that car that we're driving is still parked on Mahomes here as he is still in Texas training with Bobby Stroop and company, and here's proof via a couple photos of him jumping in the air. Then he's also been out here the past couple of days throwing passes to two Chiefs receivers in particular, and that is Marquez Valdes-Scantling and Justin Watson, which is a very good sign for Watson as he's someone who is indeed fighting to make the active roster. And the more rapport he can build with Mahomes, the freaking better. Watson is someone who I have been personally leaning towards being wide receiver 5 or 6 due to his ability to play special teams, yes, but also because of his flashes thus far during OTAs and mandatory minicamp. Being a receiver who can play special teams as well as contribute on offense is an obvious plus, especially in scenarios when they play out like this. Chiefs are in a game, and one of their top 4 receivers goes down with an injury. Well, then it's time for wide receiver 5 or 6 to step up and contribute. The Chiefs are going to want the best guy possible out there, and so that's why I lean Watson over someone like DeRuse Fountain, who also has a lot of special teams experience, at the moment at least, because Fountain has been rather quiet so far this offseason. Now, some of you have not liked that I've said this about Watson. Some of you don't like anything I say, but it is what it is. I can't help your feelings, but this is just my opinion of how things are playing out thus far. Everything could change, of course, once the pads come on, and I'm perfectly fine with that, and will continue to give my honest thoughts and analysis as things progress during that time. Anyway, another notable Chiefs player out there who's been consistently training with Stroop is the Chiefs' first-round pick, Karlaftis, and based on this photo and a couple more I've seen. He's out there looking lean. Karlaftis confirmed as much when he spoke to the media weeks back and said he lost about 10 to 15 pounds during the draft process to get a little quicker, and he looks slightly more trimmed up than that to me, which is a good thing, in my bearded opinion, and should help with his speed and explosiveness off the line even more. I know he's also been working with Stroop on his flexibility, which is great. I'm optimistic that all of these things are very good signs for Karlaftis and his transition into the NFL.
Oh, good. Why, that's very good.
So yesterday, Chiefs safety Justin Reid sat down with Good Morning Football for a nice little chat with the crew there, and one of the first things he was asked is what made him decide to come to Kansas City after his stint with the Texans. Well, it's really because nobody wants to play for the Texans organization. He did not have a choice. He was drafted there. It's a mess over there, like always. But of course, he's nice with his answer and starts out by saying,
I actually got a call from Pat, when I was going through my free agency, and he called me and was like, man, we would just love to have you. Everyone here has a good feeling about you. The fit felt right. There's a winning atmosphere that's there.
And he finishes that thought saying this, of course the money made sense too. And when you combine all those things together, especially the money, it's just a very good fit. He's been enjoying working with Coach Spags and his very electric defense. In Spags' system, you can't be a one-trick pony, and moving all around has been very fun and stimulating for Justin Reid to be able to do. It's a very complex system, as we all know, because Spags likes to dress up the coverage schemes, and Reid actually said in this interview that sometimes they will come out looking like one scheme, and even if the team audibles thinking they are then going to be running a better play against said scheme or coverage, the defense is already prepared to run a different variation to cover that audible, which is pretty wild voodoo magic type stuff. And then he was asked about his leadership role on the defense, and this is what Reid had to say about that.
Being a leader isn't just about going and just saying the right things. It's about doing the right things. It's about being a force multiplier and having, when you're on the field, everyone picks up their game a little bit more.
Yep.
So I've enjoyed stepping into that role, and at the end of the day, we just want to go out and win a whole bunch of football games.
Well, I do like the idea of the Chiefs winning a whole bunch of football games, so let's freaking go, Justin Reid. He then transitioned to talking about the offense, saying there's really 3 QBs that are in the best QB in the league convo, and those 3 QBs are Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Patrick Mahomes. So yeah, you can guess which one Justin Reid picked. And then he goes on to say this.
We're going to come out, we're going to put up 100 points. We have the greatest football quarterback in the game. And you have an offensive system, a coordinator that is able to just mix things up all the time. You're always going to put up points.
He then, of course, said they're going to play great complementary football on all sides. Offense in which they are going to put up 100 points every game. And if that's the case, we really don't need any other aspect of football to be played during these games. But I'll mention the other 2 that he said. They're going to play great defense, and they're going to play some awesome special teams. And speaking of special teams, the hosts on the show brought up Justin's ability to kick a football, showing this clip and asking him about it. And it turns out that Justin Reid grew up playing soccer and always aspired to be a soccer player, but fell in love with the game of football in middle school and had a change of heart, deciding to make the switch and basically never looking back. But thanks to soccer, the Chiefs now have a secret weapon backup kicker.
Right down the middle.
And then former Chiefs running back Darrel Williams shared a video of him training on July 11th, and basically, he was going absolutely ham in this video, or if you're vegan, I apologize, he was going absolutely bananas at a recent workout session. And what's funny to me during these videos that they show is when the trainer's basically yelling gibberish. Commands that, I guess, makes complete sense to the player, but 0 sense, at least to me. And aside from that random side note, Williams looks healthy, moving freely and almost effortlessly around in spite of the toe injury he suffered late last season. So while I'm grateful this man is out there looking fresh and ready for another season and happy that he got a deal done with the Cardinals, I am a bit disappointed that he's not back with the Chiefs, if I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. And I believe Williams is also disappointed, if we're going to be honest. And trust me, we will get to that in a moment in detail. But first, here's why I personally am disappointed that KC did not bring this man back into the fold of Chiefs Kingdom. After going undrafted in the 2018 NFL Draft, Williams was signed as a UDFA by the Chiefs and made the 53-man roster, contributing in small ways throughout his first 3 years. But last season, this man stepped up in a huge freaking way and was honestly very clutch for the team when injuries took place on and off throughout the season. And if you look at his stats, Williams had 558 rushing yards and 452 receiving yards, so over 1,000 total yards from scrimmage, along with 8 TDs. What more could you honestly ask for from someone who I believe was RB3 on the depth chart? This man stepped up and made it freaking happen. Plus, do y'all remember the pass that Mahomes lofted up to the Darrel during the November game against the Raiders? The pass where Williams, in midair, snatched the ball away from Raiders safety Jonathan Abram, and not only did he snatch the ball away from that man, but he snatched away his soul as well, and it's rumored that Abrams is still looking for his little soul to this day. Anyway, Williams had some great moments during the 2021 season, and I was pretty confident the Chiefs would be bringing this man back, but obviously it didn't work out, probably due to one main reason, the same reason per usual: money. Williams, I'm sure, said, yo, I balled out this season and my 1-year, $1.6 million deal is up. So can I get some cold, hard cash, please? And Brett Veach probably said, sure, we can give you another 1-year deal for around $1.5 million. You know, the same deal Williams just had. But I'm sure Williams was then like, nah, man, I'll go elsewhere and get more. Then sadly didn't find a team for a while and ended up on the Cardinals months later on a 1-year, $1 million deal. So I believe he got even less money from the Cardinals than the Chiefs were willing to offer, but obviously that's a bit of speculation on my part, as the Chiefs could have simply not been interested in bringing Williams back. But why would that be? Because he had an incredible year last season, as I've already explained. So in my eyes, it's either Williams wanted more gold coins and thought he could get more in free agency, or the Chiefs said, hey man, you played amazing last season, the best season of your career in fact, but we don't want you around here anymore, so bye. That scenario is a little less likely to me personally, but either way, it was obvious that Williams was not happy with how things ended up, because over the course of the offseason, he's tweeted out several times in his own cryptic way, letting everyone know exactly that. Back in March, Williams tweeted out how I'm feeling right now, with this clip of him laying into someone before running a route last season during their game against the Cowboys, which said to me no happy with how things are currently playing out right now. And then on May 23rd, a couple months later, Williams had a bit more to say, tweeting this message out. Great guy, off and on the field, humble, consistent, hard worker. Nobody can ever say anything bad about me, and I still get messed over, but that just makes me go harder. Watch my smoke. So the key to that statement is, I still get messed over. And it's interesting to note that the day after Williams tweeted that out, he was signed to the Cardinals. Yes, literally one day later, on May 24th, it was announced that Williams reached an agreement with the Cards. So, was he upset that he got signed for such a small amount of money, or still upset with the Chiefs for not bringing him back, or both? Probably both. And he wasn't done there, because when Williams recently shared this training clip that I showed y'all earlier, and you can see again, he also cryptically posted a line from a song by rap artist Lil Durk, and that line said, "They counted me out, they ain't even give a naughty word, but I still love them." So yeah, I definitely took this as Williams is still a bit upset at the fact that it seems like the Chiefs did not want him, didn't re-sign him, etc., and was definitely letting them know in his own way. Chiefs fans responded aplenty to this tweet, saying they still wish he was here in KC, but alas, I know that doesn't matter now. The ship has sailed and we must move on, and sadly, so must Darrel Williams. But I want to pass the question off to you guys. What do you make of all this with Williams? Do you think he's talking specifically about the Chiefs in most of these messages, or do you think it could be a more broad, generic statement? Because he also did go undrafted and has made it known in the past that he was not happy about that fact either. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let's argue about it down there like toddlers over Tinker Toys. Also, make sure to leave a bearded comment or a super thanks to potentially be featured in an upcoming vid. Sub for more daily news like this, and check out this video here, a little bit different of a video. It's from a channel called TPS, in which he lists 10 reasons why Mahomes will never win another Super Bowl again, and let me know if you agree with anything he says. And until next time, let's go, let's freaking go. How about those?